Hey everyone, today we're going to be doing a deep dive on these cameras on the new Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. There's a 3-camera array and of course a front-facing camera. So we're going to go ahead and test this out, all the different dynamics of the camera. So not just color and the basic things, but I'm talking focus, view distance, dynamic range, highlights and shadows, and really seeing the camera put to its limits. The 60 frames mode only works on the wide angle lens, however it performs really well. It can record on H.265 to keep your file sizes low, and I was really impressed with the performance. As you can see, when I slow the footage down, there doesn't appear to be much distortion or even loss of quality. No doubt about it, the low light performance is not great on the S20 FE, especially if you're recording in 1080p. Now unfortunately I wasn't able to record the city at nighttime in 4K because we have new COVID restrictions, but it definitely does perform better recording at nighttime when you are in 4K, as you can see here. Another thing I noticed is that the ultra wide angle lens in particular is not your friend at nighttime. Not only does it struggle with letting light in, but I also noticed it really desaturates the colors. Now that's something I did not notice when shooting during the day. It only happens at nighttime on the ultra wide lens. The dynamic range on this camera is fantastic. It did a great job exposing objects in front of windows, and even if you decide to overexpose the objects, it did a really nice job showing the highlights outside. However, this clip blew me away. It was really bright and sunny outside, which you can see beaming inside, and being able to perfectly expose the 2 dogs and see the outside was really fantastic. And as I moved the camera around away from the window, being able to adjust its exposure fast on the fly to different lighting levels is really great. In terms of image quality, I think for the price point and getting 3 rear cameras, they do a great job. The wide angle lens will probably be the one you use the most. It performs the best out of all 3. The ultra wide angle lens image is slightly desaturated, but nothing you couldn't fix in the edit. In daylight conditions, the lens do perform their best and they produce a very sharp presentation and not too much rolling shutter, although I did feel that was more apparent at nighttime. You can definitely see sometimes the camera wouldn't know where to focus and would focus on a wall in the background rather than an object. So if you were to shoot professionally on this, I wouldn't rely on autofocus, but I'd use manual focus. Now, like most cameras, I feel the reds are punchier than the greens and the blues. This is a camera test with the front facing, so it should look really high res. You can see some of the colors. This is really pretty. Oh my god, I'm so glad. Keep looking at the screen, but yeah, this is what it looks like. It looks pretty good for front facing, I have to say. It definitely looks heaps and bounds much better than my iPhone. And this is the front facing camera test inside at nighttime. Just nothing but regular lights on, no studio LEDs or anything like that. And I'm really impressed with the quality. I think it's perfect for video calling. I don't think it's as good as the rear cameras in terms of dynamic range, which you just saw from the previous outside clip. But I think the dynamic range on the front is still pretty good. It's very sharp. And you know, that's the most important thing when it comes to a front-facing camera for your selfies or for your video calls. That's an awful lot about video. Let's have a look at some photos. So I'm actually not a great photographer. I'm more getting into video, but I'm not a cinematographer either. So I'm just going to do my best and take a few photos under a few lighting conditions and of course test out all the other aspects of the camera. Circling back to its low light sensitivity, in photo mode that won't solve all your problems, as the night sky still produces similar artifacts that we saw in the video mode. The ultra wide angle still appears to be the weakest, and even though the telephoto is only 8 megapixels, it performs almost as good as the main 12 megapixel wide angle. The night mode that enables when taking pictures also sometimes gets images with blurry presentation. Good news is it takes great photos during the day, amazing dynamic range and strong colours. In interior and evening photos, I was also relatively happy with the presentation of the images. Again, I am not a pro photographer, just your average user. So that's everything you need to know about the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE's camera. If you have any questions about the cameras that I did not answer, do leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. And of course, stay tuned for future coverage of this phone, including my review. So stay tuned for that by subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.